Black Box Productions.
They macking like BMF. They in the headlines right now. And we marinate like that every time we meet. So I must say once again, this show is a blessing to me here this morning and blow us a session like we usually do around this time on Mama, assail, to attack violently, assault, to encounter, undertake, or confront energetically, to oppose, challenge, or criticize harshly and forcefully, to trouble or afflict in a manner that threatens to overwhelm. Law enforcement consistently attempts and succeeds when they assail people of color in the streets and they receive no reprimand. And when we decide to sail upon them in return, it flipped. Your president, Trump has spoken. Never cease to amaze that in the light of a life being snuffed out right before his eyes on camera, his response initially was, we're going to have a full investigation or someone else. Now it's when the looting start on the shooting start. It's the same man who called for the execution, Central Park 5, and then later, when they were exonerated by the same law that had yet to convict him when he called for their lynching, he still doubled down on his sentiments from decades earlier. If you want to know what he meant by make America great again, it is obvious. He showed major disdain, distaste, spoke out quite boisterously against the knee that Captain Hero Kaepernick took. Number 7, salute on my mama, and has no shame in having such a passive attitude toward the life loss of our brother. I wonder why we're not calling for the public execution, the lynching of these officers that killed this man. Y'all see the twists in the game? Now they got some kind of undisclosed information that says that what we saw may not be enough for charges. Emmett Till all over again. This time it's on camera. Now I understand what they mean when they say we more in slavery than we were when we had chains on. Because the lack of the chains and the mass beatings and captivity, when that was eliminated, I think we assumed an actual amount of equality that was never the actual real goal. We were so far back in the situation by being enslaved and trodden upon as people, we didn't even have a actual, and we still don't have an actual understanding of what true equality is. We just wanted to be free from all that oppression. And once the actual physical restraints that were so associated with the situation were removed, we feel so much relief. And I don't mean us as individuals as we experience, but us as a people through our ancestry and our genetics is such a relief from what we've even been shown in pictures. We don't see, we're not on plantations and that no more. And we think we have a different group of people in charge with different intentions that were in place back then. However, the intentions are still the same, and we see it. The way the response is given toward our life being lost versus corporate loss. And now the system is suffering. Your president showed you his 2 responses to where he prioritizes what constitutes making America great. I don't care how anyone takes it. I love, as much as I hate, I love the sight to see the city burning. What is our other recourse? I have no idea what motivates a black person to get on social media or anywhere and talk down about, oh, that's not smart, to do this, to do that, to burn down this, your own community. Fuck all that. We don't have a community. We don't own anything that's burning down. So that debunks that statement for one. For two, when we tried to do the correct thing and take a knee, Jigga say we passed kneeling. So we passed kneeling. What's the next move, Jigga? I wonder why people with so much influence are so readily to lend their voice to certain issues and make such absolute statements. And then with other issues, which are far more pertinent, come up where it takes a whole lot more courage to take the appropriate stance, that they remain silent. Salute to Ice Cube, was supposed to go on Good Morning America and declined to go. But to you, Don Mega, one thing about your post, I want to let you know you ain't got nothing to apologize for. I was raised under your thoughts and understandings on a lot of these issues. And I just want to let you know, from one real one to the next, you ain't got nothing to apologize for. I appreciate you for not going. It'd have been a slap in the face for them to expect you to go. However, it also could have been an opportunity to use that platform to make a very powerful statement. You are one of the ones. Oh, my mama, I know we in a climate where can't really serve it exactly how it was once served, but you don't owe nobody no apologies. Good morning, America. It ain't no good morning. Oh, my mama, when today is a good day, you let them know that. You just spent the better part of your career giving a better example of what you provided as far as a black image initially. Because you started off the essence of what everyone would say is wrong with what we got going in our communities. And then as you grew and matured and became a father and businessman, you showed them what the evolution and the growth could be. So when it's a good day, and we know you committed to as many good days as possible, you always salute that. So when it ain't a good day, it ain't no good day. And it ain't no good day when we bleed in the streets. I could have swore I watched this man lay in the street. And at some point, I seen a stream of like liquid coming from up under that truck, which I assume, I haven't seen nobody speak on it. But to me, it looks like that was his body fluids. You know when you pass, your body fluids release. And it seemed like the pavement was dry for quite some time right there. And then you see a long stream of liquid rolling right there. It was like, damn. I was wondering, is that his body fluids? Are we watching this much of execution? You know how much of a death it is, a painful death it must be to be denied the privilege to breathe until you no longer are alive. And then we're so desensitized that we, as a government though, that you could watch it on camera. And then as a president, show no sympathy toward the reaction of what you see people going through. And this is not an obscure reaction that you've never seen before. Through history, time and science statistics show that in society, when injustices are repeatedly thrust upon a people, eventually when they have tried all prescribed methods to try to bring about a change, once that's over with, what else do you think humans are going to do? You are dealing with humans. This is your country, sir. So looting deserves shooting, but killing black men on camera deserves an investigation. This the post that Cube had put up. I apologize to everyone expecting to see me on Good Morning America today, but after the events in Minnesota with George Floyd, I'm in no mood to tell America good morning. I feel you, Cube, and I salute everything except the apology. I think we as a people have been too apologetic for too long. I have no more apologies for nothing. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, a lot of the reaction is irrational. But when we try to be rational, we get overlooked, and even our leaders like Jay-Z said we pass kneeling. So, okay, I feel you, Jigga. We pass kneeling. You see what the next thing is after kneeling. If you can't support the kneeling and continue to kneel, on my mama, I think every the NFL should go back to kneeling. You see, Corona made it crumble. So if it's gonna crumble, let it crumble. I mean, what's more important? What's more valuable? We read history and we hear about revolutions and amazing feats in people because they did amazing things and made amazing sacrifices. And gain, growth, progress is usually found in the same area where sacrifice is stored. We can't continue to think that we're going to find this great deal of accomplishment when it comes to the struggle that we are faced with without some degree of sacrifice. We got to stop looking at sweet situations for some as sufficient when the majority are still starving. Like if you go listen to a lot of Tupac clips when he used to just speak on social issues, he was so on point. On my mama, the distribution of wealth is just ridiculous. And because of the fact that we're not typically in chains and whips and going through the whites only restaurants and all that, we feel like that the distribution of wealth and opportunity is equal when it's so far not. We are dealing with a system of people who are benefiting from all those years when our people were held back. We are still a product of that distribution of wealth. Even when you see spurts and pockets of colored people looking like they're doing well, it's all because it is at the allotment of someone of another race is providing that room for them to have those possessions. It is in so many cases so easily turned off by someone else. We grow up oblivious to it, not paying attention, young, dumb, thugging, or whatever. And when I say we, I mean we, me too included. I'm not nobody else. We just grow up naive, not taught. And even when we were taught, when it was pointed out, it wasn't interesting enough for us to direct our attention that way enough to really be a part of something. I don't know what the curse is, but I know now is definitely time to consciously make a daily effort to counter it. If we happen to fall off along the way, we got to be diligent to tap each other on the shoulder and say, hey, we on this. We on this.
Snake Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Loc. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned.